It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2015 Lehman College Foundation Leadership Awards dinner.
This year's theme, An Exceptional Past, An Extraordinary Future, speaks directly to Lehman's history, the milestones we've reached, and our determination to excel in the changing and challenging environment of higher education. To realize our extraordinary future, we must grow the college's capacity to serve its diverse and expanding student body by strengthening, remodeling, and inventing academic programs that serve our students' needs and that set Lehman apart, by making the most of our existing resources and attracting new sources of support. This is why we reach out to our friends, community partners, colleagues, and alum. They understand why public institutions need private dollars. The majority of Lehman students receive financial aid. I received financial aid. Tonight's event will provide a major source of funding for the Lehman College Foundation, which distributes private monies for scholarships. Because of your generosity, today's students can pursue an exceptional college education at Lehman. And now it is my great pleasure to present Bharati Kemraj, the Communication and Media Liaison for the Bronx Borough President's Office.
Good evening to each and every one of you. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. When you have an educational background that you're proud of, that's one thing. But to admire what others are being taught in different facilities is something definitely worth it. To look at, to take something away from that, and to value it. And here tonight, with each and every one of you being here, it shows how important not just your presence is, but how much education is worth. So on behalf of the Bronx Borough President, Ruben Diaz Jr., I would like to present this proclamation on behalf of 1.4 million residents. Ruben Diaz Jr., President of the Borough of the Bronx, do hereby salute this organization and proclaim Thursday, October 29, 2015, as the Lehman College Foundation Day in the Borough of the Bronx.
Please join me in welcoming the President of Lehman College, Dr. Ricardo Fernandez.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. And thank you very much for joining us. It's always a privilege to honor those who have made a major, real positive difference in the local, global, and in our campus communities. We're honoring a number of people tonight, and among them, I want to mention Miguel A. Fuentes, Jr., President and CEO of Bronx Lebanon Hospital Center. Bronx Lebanon is a major institution in this borough, and Miguel has been a fearless leader for many years, and he has done wonderful things for the hospital. This year's award dinner will be my last as president of Lehman. I'm very proud of what Lehman has achieved over the past 2.5 decades. And as we look to the future, we've developed a plan to guide the development of the college over the next decades and to sustain the institution in the rapidly changing and increasingly competitive environment of higher education in the United States. I'm confident that the preparations we've made for Lehman's future endeavors and for the future challenges will enable my successor to hit the ground running and to continue advancing Lehman's tradition of excellence in urban public higher education. I'm very pleased to introduce this evening's student speaker, Aaron Rodriguez. Aaron is a second-year honors student in the Lehman Scholars Program. He's very focused on giving back to his community, providing meals to homebound elderly. He's very focused on giving back to his community, providing meals to homebound elderly. Aaron Rodriguez.
Thank you, President Fernandez, for the introduction. My connection to Lehman College began before enrolling as a freshman in the fall of 2014. Growing up, I had participated in Lehman's swim club, math and writing workshops, as well as basketball camp. Due to the generosity of donors like you to the Lehman Foundation Scholarship Program, many of my fellow scholarship recipients are able to engage in research with members of the faculty, study abroad opportunities, play on the college's sports teams, and participate in college-related activities both on and off the campus, as well as being able to focus on our academic pursuits. Please turn your attention to a video which contains some brief thoughts from my fellow scholarship recipients. Thank you.
My name is Elizabeth Villegas.
My name is Efemina Atkins.
My name is Raquel Blanco.
My name is Norel Levy.
My name is Georgie Joel Dume.
My name is Vladimir Merkuliev Arias.
My name is Aaron Rodriguez. I am double majoring in exercise science and business, and I coach basketball.
I am Mexican, and I'm a social work major.
I am a double major in social work and nutrition.
I'm a senior here at Lehman, and I am a nursing major.
I'm studying accounting and finance, and I was a first lieutenant in the Israeli army.
I'm a double major in music and economics. I am a vocalist, and I'm studying to be a financial planner.
I was born in the Bronx. My mother's actually a graduate from Lehman College. I just grew up with Lehman in my heart.
I really wanted to get exposed to different cultures, different ways of living.
I was born in Israel, in the north, next to Haifa. I moved here when I was 1 year old, and I stayed here until 3rd grade. At 3rd grade, my family decided to move back to Israel, and I always had a good memory of the United States.
I decided to go into nursing because there was a lot of things I liked about nursing. I love science and the medical field. I think it's interesting. I think it's great because you get to help people.
I discovered the Lehman Scholars Program, and the first time we went to orientation, I sat down and I saw myself with many different people. I really felt happy when I saw myself in that situation. I felt that I was going to be able to have an education in a different way, and I like that.
As part of the Lehman Scholars Program, each scholar gets assigned a counselor, and that counselor works really deep with you in trying to figure out what you want to do with your life.
I've always struggled financially, trying to pay tuition, working 60 hours a week, working more than one job. So I became determined to pay for school myself.
I needed money to pay for my classes. I needed money for books, and I also needed money to do my double major.
The program here for Macaulay at Lehman takes such a personal interest in you as a student. They are literally available at any time.
The St. George Scholarship that I received is like a blessing. What TAP couldn't cover, St. George Scholarship is covered for me now, so I'm really grateful for it.
The scholarship that I am receiving is the Dr. Jose Luis Fernandez Marchese Memorial Scholarship. To me and my family, this scholarship is something that it takes off so many burdens off, our shoulders.
Lehman is a school that actually stood out to me. The campus is great. There's so many programs, so many activities that as a student I can actually do.
I know all of my professors on like a one-to-one basis, not just as a student and a professor, but as Effie and Dr. Brownson.
When I first came to this college that I saw it, I was marveled. I was impressed. I didn't know that this college was so beautiful.
35 acres of trees, green, and beautiful buildings. Our professors are amazing. They really care about the students here.
The warmth that you feel once you step into campus, once you speak to anyone here, you feel like somebody is always willing to help you.
I just get so much opportunities, and I'm really grateful to be here at Lehman.
Our first honoree, Miguel Fuentes, Jr. is President, Chief Executive Officer of Bronx Lebanon Hospital Center, which has long been an engine of community revitalization in the Bronx and a partner in Lehman's nursing programs. and we'll learn more about him in this video.
From the moment patients arrive at Bronx Lebanon's new Health and Wellness Center, it is evident that this unique facility is taking healthcare to the highest level. Every day, Bronx Lebanon's doctors, nurses, and staff are reaching out to help those in need. And when it comes to caring, Bronx Lebanon is providing hope for a meaningful future.
We clearly understand that early treatment, as well as disease prevention and management, are the best types of medicine for keeping the community healthy and well.
Bronx Lebanon's Women's Health Center is also delivering exceptional services, including a luxurious birthing spa, as well as an increased emphasis on gynecology.
We recently added a new outpatient program at the Health and Wellness Center, which offers all types of GYN services.
They are the tiniest of babies, many born premature, with serious medical problems. Thanks to Bronx Lebanon's neonatal intensive care unit, these babies are winning their battles for life.
There is nothing more satisfying than knowing that because of our care and attention, they can live their lives to the fullest as healthy young adults.
The children of the Bronx community deserve the very best in healthcare, and that's exactly what Bronx Lebanon is providing.
Our experienced pediatricians treat the wide-ranging problems of children and teenagers, including a recent focus on the increasing incidence of childhood obesity.
And Bronx Lebanon's dental department is placing smiles throughout the community.
We recently moved our main dental facility into new and expanded space, which offers 39 chairs, a 50% increase in capacity.
In the ER, we see some of the most dramatic examples of Bronx Lebanon's staff in action.
We have a highly experienced team that knows how to respond to any crisis. But what is most important is that we are saving lives and helping patients overcome all types of emergency situations.
Winning the battle against breast cancer represents another crucial challenge.
Our new breast care center will allow us to see a patient, image the patient, and biopsy the patient on the same day. This will help us to alleviate the suffering of people with late-stage breast cancer.
Bronx Lebanon's psychiatric program, including its new Life Recovery Center, is one of the most comprehensive in New York State.
Our mental health and addiction programs are meeting the needs of our patients and of our community.
Bronx Lebanon is also leading the way in anesthesiology, ear, nose, and throat, family medicine, men's health, neurosurgery, ophthalmology, orthopedics, pathology, radiology, and long-term care, as well as medical education. And at Bronx Lebanon, our hospital team has a diversity of talents that can adapt to the changes and challenges of today and tomorrow.
I am confident that we will continue to move forward and prevail as a healthcare leader, economic anchor, and beacon of hope.
Okay, so check this out. We are thrilled to announce that in addition to the generous support that Bronx Lebanon Hospital Center has provided for this event, the hospital is also going to give to Lehman $244,000 to support the college's exceptional master's program in nursing. Unfortunately, Mr. Fuentes cannot be with us this evening. Accepting this award for him is Robert Sancho, Vice President of Development and External Affairs at Bronx Lebanon. Mr. Sancho.
Now I know why Mike couldn't make it tonight. He's working overtime to try to raise the $244,000 for the Lehman College Foundation. But Mike has been there for 35 years now at Bronx Lebanon Hospital Center, and for about 28 of those years, he's been the president of the hospital. I wanted to accept this award, and I also wanted to say that when Ricardo mentioned the 58,000 graduates, that my daughter is one of those graduates, and she's now an employee of NBC Universal here for Channel 4 in New York. So that's the fine type of work, that impact that Lehman College has had on my family personally. So thank you very much, Ricardo, and thank you very much to the foundation.
Our next honoree has a very personal connection to Lehman College, and we're going to learn more about him in this next video.
Education comes from educere, to bring out from something must be brought out. We all enjoy life physically. You enjoy sunshine, you enjoy a beautiful day, but education enriches life. You go beyond enjoying life. You enrich your life by adding what was there in you as somebody brought out. And so education makes you so gentle, purer, more genuine. I remember my joy when I reached Lehman College from Mount St. Vincent. So I hesitated in joining Lehman because I had been there 22 years already. And of course, was a bit afraid of the unknown. But at Mount St. Vincent, a small college, I had very few students. When I came to Lehman, I had about 400 students at the time. So I began to feel like a true teacher with many students in front of me. And that changed my life, you see.
Good evening, friends. I am humbled and honored to speak about my professor, Professor Joseph Tusiani. I want to introduce you to the man I know. Yes, he is a poet, but he's much more than that. He has received many awards, but he has achieved much more than that. He has written many books, but he has written much better verses in the hearts of those who sat in his classes. He knew his students and understood us all, and was fully aware of the struggles we endured as immigrants or children of immigrants who had very complicated lives. He treated us with respect, and it was always very clear that he had high expectations for all of us, and that he believed that we could meet them. His classes were always full to capacity. To hear him lecture was a great treat. Professor Tusiani's legacy is clearly visible in the many works he has composed, and that are being used in classrooms and other fora around the world. Professor Tusiani, we will never be able to repay you this debt, and this celebration tonight is only another opportunity to express our affection and most sincere gratitude for having so generously shared your gifts with us at Lehman College. Thank you, congratulations, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Vincent. It is good to be here, and you don't know how eager I feel at this moment to be in my classroom again. So, in order not to forget that I'm not in my classroom, I will read just a few thoughts to give you an idea of what I would like to say tonight to you. New York's Botanical Garden. Now let me introduce you to the gentle soul of this garden, welcoming you all as once it welcomed me. It was mid-May, when eager for sheer bliss of smell and sight, for the first time I entered this secluded temple and realm of fragrance and delight. Suddenly healing but until that moment had ailed and held my spirit in dismay. 'Tis mid-October now, and here I am, joyfully showing you the garden where beauty is at its best. No words are needed. Just walk around and let this very place tell you what's necessary to replenish your senses with new life, and all your life with a transcending sigh of inner peace. I thank you very much.
Wow, well, trying to gather my thoughts here. That was amazing. Well, as Dr. Hernandez mentioned, something exciting is happening here in the neighborhood around Lehman College, and the Kingsbridge Armory will soon undergo an incredible transformation, as we've seen during the breaks and the slides that we've seen already. So, but to learn more about this project, we have a video that we would like you to see.
I believe everybody needs an opportunity, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I got involved in the project to begin with.
This project is really about kids. It's about communities, and it's about jobs ultimately. And we wanted to be seen as a project that was supporting all of those.
We're here to create opportunity. We're here to give kids an opportunity to skate and to hopefully find a passion in the ice skating world.
One of the reasons that my partners Mark Messier and Sarah Hughes had joined this project was their passionate belief in sports and education.
Education through sports has become very popular, and for all the right reasons. Helping our kids find something that they have a passion for is critical, and I think Sarah's involvement really speaks to that as well. There's so many young girls and young boys that can take advantage of what she was able to do in her sport.
The minute we walked into the place, the Kingsbridge Armory became the place that was going to house the National Ice Center.
This existing building that almost seemed to be made for it. Where else would you want the world's largest ice center other than New York City?
This is the place that was meant to be in bringing this vision of improving the ice situation together with a building that had been vacant for over 2 decades.
We have an opportunity to do something that's just unprecedented. We have millions of kids that have never had the opportunity to get on the ice. That, to me, was the powerful movement of this whole Kingsbridge idea. And the Ice Center's idea is that we could move a community.
Our next guest at the podium is William Latimer, Dean of Lehman School of Health Sciences, Human Services, and Nursing. When Dean Latimer came to the college a little more than a year ago, he arrived with a mission to foster the highest caliber of education, research, and service in the health fields at Lehman. More than that, he has made it a priority to create partnerships with public and private organizations throughout the Bronx to address regional health challenges and to promote healthy equity in general. Please welcome Dean William Latimer.
Thank you. Someday, when I'm awfully low. Sorry. How do you follow that? How do you follow that? My goodness, what an evening. These people are like so amazing. My mom was a public school teacher for 46 years, so I do have nothing but abiding, endearing respect for what Dr. Tusiani represents and what he's done. I also want to mention very briefly that when I first got here a year ago, and in very typical fashion, President Fernandez introduced me to Miguel Fuentes, and together we took a tour of Bronx, Lebanon. Having come from a pretty good hospital prior to that in Johns Hopkins, I was amazed at what I saw, and visited the NICU and psychiatry and ambulatory care at Bronx Lebanon, and the work they're doing there is nothing short of absolutely amazing and wonderful. When Mario and President Fernandez said I would have a chance to introduce Kevin, Mark, and Sarah, I was thrilled. First, let me mention that Sarah isn't here tonight because she's in law school. We'll cut her some slack. But I was so happy because for the last year, my team and I have been working very closely with Mark, Sarah, and Kevin and their team. And I just want to do a quick shout out to John Neary, Stephen Butler, Aaron Parker, and Kalinda Bogue. It has been such a pleasure working with them. The possibilities for promoting health, for promoting reducing absenteeism in schools, promoting academic achievement among public school students, it's absolutely limitless. And there's no question that as that takes shape with 9 hockey rinks and all the other aspects that this initiative can embrace in the Bronx, it's going to be a game changer. And there's no question that as that takes shape with 9 hockey rinks and all the other aspects that this initiative can embrace in the Bronx, it's going to be a game changer. Impact on the Bronx. All right, finally, last thing. In Kevin Parker, Mark Messier, and Sarah Hughes, you're talking about 3 people that could do anything. They could do anything that they wanted to do at this stages of their career. And they chose to do this. It is not a mild undertaking. It is complex. It involves a lot of facets, including the community engagement aspect, and they are doing it with boots on the ground. And that, I think, is very important and is why we're very proud at Lehman College to be honoring them, and I'm honored to present them with the Corporate Citizenship Award. I give you Mark Messier and Kevin Parker.
Thank you. As I was sitting here looking at the other honorees, you have a paragon of healthcare in the Bronx for the past 35 years. You have the greatest living Latin poet, who's absolutely extraordinary mind. You have America's sweetheart, Sarah Hughes, who was the last female Olympic gold medalist. And you have Mark Messier, who's a living legend in this town. And you have me. And so I thought, you know, am I in the wrong dinner? And so, you know, why am I here? You're probably wondering. And it really comes down to 2 reasons. The first is I love the Bronx. And second, it's my name and my signature on the 99-year lease that's been signed with the city. I guess that was enough to get me a place at the podium here. And I look forward to, in partnership with Lehman College, who we've worked with so closely over the last several years to help make this happen, to an extraordinary future together. Thank you.
Congratulations to our other winners, Joseph Tusiani and Miguel Fuentes Jr. I didn't finish grade 12. I went on to play a professional career at the age of 17 and spent 26 years playing professional hockey. So as Willie Nelson said, I received my education in the cities of the nations. But since I've come on to this project, I've had the distinction of speaking to the alumni of Harvard and Yale, which was quite interesting for college or a high school dropout, and here I am in Lehman College here speaking to you folks. So I spent more time in universities. So there's always a different way to get to the same goal, I would say. As I came here today and was thinking about the dinner over the last couple of days, and especially when I came here today, it occurred to me, wow, there's a lot of people to acknowledge and a lot of people to thank and how we've even gotten here. And of course, when you come into a neighborhood, one of the first things you do is you knock on a neighbor's door and you ask for a loaf of bread and introduce yourself and make friends. Well, for us, that was Lehman University. And ever since that day, 4+ years ago, when I went on Gary Axelbank TV and did his show, and we used Lehman's boardrooms, and couldn't have been more accommodating. We have never heard the word no. Under President Fernandez's leadership, your staff has been unbelievably accommodating for us. They see the vision, they see the opportunity to what we're doing for the kids, not only in the Bronx, but across the country, and of course worldwide, of what Kingsbridge National Armory will do for our children. There's kids that need help. There's kids that need an opportunity. And I'm proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with everybody here that has helped us on the project, and looking forward to bringing it home in the near future. So thank you very much.
Well, we all want to thank you, and I want to thank you once again for attending and spending this evening with us and supporting the Lehman College Foundation. I am delighted to announce that tonight we have raised over $350,000 this event, which is a record breaker, as well as, that's not counting the donation from Bronx, Lebanon, and it does not count the amount that is included in the proceeds from the silent and the live auctions. So here to all of us here. Thank you very, very much.